What's up guys, I'm here with another video. Welcome to episode 10 of Building a City. Today we're building a modern hotel. So, yeah, so I'm just gonna get everything ready. Alright, looks like everything is ready, and let's build a modern hotel. Okay, 3 people have joined. Welcome.
Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a hotel for all of your city building needs. This hotel has a reception area where you sign in to the hotel. It has a large lobby where you can sit and eat and drink and wait for your room to be ready or kill time during your stay. It has multiple floors connected together with a series of staircases. Each room features a living space, a sleeping area, and a bathroom, and also a small balcony. I should also mention there are 5 floors in total. However, each floor has a very similar but different styled layout. If you enjoy this tutorial, please consider subscribing to the channel and clicking the little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get to see all of these awesome builds that I make for you on the channel. And the reason that I actually made this build in particular is due to your suggestions. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you want to see. Maybe I'll make what you want to see next. But without any further ado, I hope you enjoy your stay. Let's get started. You guys know the drill. Before we begin building, here are all of the materials that we are going to be
Hey little sister, shining down on you. It's a nice day for a white wedding. It's a nice day to start again.
Now, this hotel is split into many different parts, which requires all different sets of materials. These materials right here will more so focus on the actual hotel.
Hello, the person on the Monsters. Welcome to live stream.
And mostly the outside part of the hotel. I am going to show you all of the rest of the materials that we are going to be needing as we work on each individual part. So please just focus on those materials to start off with, and throughout the video I'll be letting you know which ones we are going to be needing when we reach those different parts. So make sure that you have them all and enough of them as well. The amount of space required to make the hotel is a 29 by 26 block area. I would always recommend making the grid if you are building a city, as this will help you better plan it out. This does not, however, involve the road around the hotel, but everything else in between. All of the trees, the car park, all of that, the path that you might have saw, all of this is included in the 29 by 26 block area. And that's it. I have talked for far too much. Please do make sure that you have all of that stuff, make sure you've got enough of it, make sure that you've got enough room to build it, and once you're ready, we can begin. So, step 1, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to come all the way to the front right hand.
Why do you hate your life, the person on the Monsters?
To count left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then inwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That way, if you've made the grid, we're both starting in the exact same position, which is the best way to do it. Now, you want to start off by placing 4 blocks of quartz coming up from the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to extend it in 2 ways. First, to the left by 8.
8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. However, also backwards by the same.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you like, you can extend each row inwards to connect to each other. This will become more relevant later on as we build the interior. However, once you have done that, I want you to also extend those 8 blocks down to the ground, like this. Only the 8th blocks, you don't have to do the one that we extended in the corner just yet. Like so. I then want you to also take those 8th blocks that we extended and extend them upwards by, in total, 21.
21, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, hold on, my fails. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, that's 12. Why do you hate your life? V says 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Just making sure that's correct.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Perfection. Just like this. And of course, we want the other one extended upwards as well.
Because you don't make a Roblox video. Okay, the person on me mon says, why are you asking for a Roblox video anyway? Why are you asking for me to make a Roblox video? Like, that's the question. That is the question. Why are you suggesting me to make a Roblox video? Why are you telling me to make a Roblox video? What is the reason? Why are you telling me to make a Roblox video for? What do I need to make a Roblox video for?
Well, as I mentioned, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I counted that out to make sure that those both rows were indeed correct. I want you to extend those 20 first blocks inwards and together, like this. It's kind of like an arrowhead shape, like so. However, what I also want you to do, once you have created this shape right here, is I want you to take those 20 first blocks. Let's say we're going to start with...
I'm 42. Okay.
This left row here. This row on the left. I want you to extend it across towards the left side of the build by 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. However, I want you to take the other block and extend it across towards the back of the build by also 8.
The reason is Roblox video, it help you make more help me make more subscribers? What do you mean by that? V% on me says, why are you asking for a Roblox video? Saying like I'm good at Roblox or something? Like, why are you asking for a Roblox video? Is it like you're like some sort of demon? I don't think I'll make a Roblox video anytime soon, V% on me says, because I don't think I have Roblox on my iPad.
1, 2, 3. I want you to take the other block and extend it across towards the back of the build by also 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now that we have created Mario's mustache, I want you to extend those 8 blocks backwards to create a 90-degree angle. It basically will look like a large arrow shape like this. You can see the inspiration for the shape. Now, once you have done this, I would encourage you to extend all of the corners down towards the ground. So what I mean by that is this corner all the way down to where we extended across by 8. I would urge you to do the same on the other side as well. The other corner that we extended down by 8 as well, or across by 8 I should say. But I also would suggest that you extend the back corner, the tip of the arrowhead, down towards the ground as well. This is actually a huge amount of shape that we have created with the hotel.
Yeah? What do you need? Hold on guys, I'll be right back. Right guys, I'm back.
Quite a simple design, however it looks complicated because of the layering, but you'll find that it sorts together very, very nicely. So, as I mentioned, I want you to extend the corners down. It takes a little bit longer in bedrock because building down takes a little longer just in relation to the other buildings. But the end result should all be the same, like that, a nice 3D building. Okay, here's the cool thing now. I want you to grab your grey concrete. We will be doing this on the front of the hotel and the right side. Place a row of grey concrete that sits outside in relation to distance, but inside in relation to the shape of the large rectangular shape created with the building. This equates to a shape that should look like this. Fairly easy to make. I want you to extend the top two corners of the grey concrete shape outwards, each by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And join them together, just like that. We are then going to extend those corners down towards the ground. I really wish that I didn't have to build down, as it is quite tricky, but we will eventually get there. I will actually jump the gun a little bit once we have connected this down to the ground, and I will build upwards from the other side. So the other side. Nice and smooth. So to have an effect that should indeed look like this. That's looking good. Do the same on the opposite side, literally the same thing. So inside of the shape kind of reminds me of a paperclip, not a paperclip, it reminds me of a staple. And I want you to do the same thing. I'm actually going to drop down to the ground here instead of having to build down. So you begin with the same shape. Just sits inside yet outside of the rectangular shape. And we take the top two corners and extend them outwards by 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's wider than it is longer. Whichever words you'd use, you guys get the idea. So it isn't meant to be a square. Meant to be a rectangular shape. The end result should look like this on both sides. You can see we've made a sizable amount of the frame of the hotel. Okay, well the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to add a floor to this area here. Okay, so this square area, which is where the reception area is, I would recommend filling in with either quartz or oak wood planks. Now, you might even go for what you could refer to as a hybrid of the two, but I'm going to start off with a block of quartz layer and then we can discuss options afterwards. Okay? So that's perfect. What I would also recommend doing is connecting the quartz rows together on top of the reception area, meaning join them at the bottom, across and inwards like that, and you could even go as far as to fill in these walls. You see, these are going to build into interior walls. It's going to house the bedrooms for each one of the rooms, and it also going to house the sort of lounging area / living rooms that each of the hotel rooms have. So if you join them across and together and you fill them in with exclusively block of quartz, really, then we can talk about other details that we can add to the walls, including perhaps a little bit of grey concrete and stuff later on. These are all optional things that we're going to be doing like by, which make the top part, which make really cool looking lamps. You'll see later on, but that doesn't mean that you can't include more windows and stuff. So that is what we have so far, and as you can see, that is a large chunk of the top part of the hotel there. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is, if you begin in the corner of the top of the reception here, in between the two large rows, and you count outwards, okay? So you want to count outwards, or what we could even do is place a grey concrete, and I don't know whether we'll be extending this upwards or not, it actually depends. No, we won't be extending it upwards, but if you place a grey concrete and then you want to leave a gap moving outwards, you want to leave a gap of 1, 2, 3 in the floor. So this fourth block here, you want to place a grey concrete also. So not quite in the centre. So you place grey concrete, leave a gap of 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth block you place a grey concrete. And then you want to, on top of this grey concrete, place 15 more.
15. Okay, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let me check this row again. Let me check if I did the row of 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, I did it right.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Extend to the right and left to connect back to the building of the hotel. To connect to the building of the hotel. You can even join it around and across at the top like this and install a skylight using blue stained glass block. Just like that. To the building of the hotel. You can even join it around and across at the top like this and install a skylight using blue stained glass block. Just like that. Now, if we come all the way down to the bottom, I also want you to place rows of grey concrete riding up the walls where the grey concretes connect to the walls at the top, so creating a solid shape like this. The rest is quite easy, so what we would do from here is, starting from the bottom, place 3 layers of glass, 1, 2, 3, followed by a grey concrete. 3 layers of glass, grey concrete. So on and so forth, coming all the way up to the top, like this. And you extend the glass across. Do with the grey concrete, and that's all there is to it, and that makes the middle part of the hotel. Although, what I would urge you to do is, whilst we are here, place the grey concrete parts and install floors inside of all of these areas. So the floors can be made out of either block of quartz or oak wood. I'd more so recommend oak wood because it follows through the hotel, but you can change the floor. You could even use the coloured concrete if you liked. But I'm going to install the floors every time that we have grey concrete on the outside connected horizontally, splitting apart the two windows. We are placing the oak planks, and this will come all the way up to the top. You'll be able to see how this is done here. And here, and oh, we hit the top. Perfect, just like that, right? And the way that we'll be able to get into both rooms, by the way, I'm going to destroy this grey concrete here. There will be two doors, so there will be an entrance here, right in the middle of the room, and an entrance here. And there will be two doors, so there will be an entrance here, right in the middle of the room, and an entrance here. And that is where the doorways are going to be. I do believe, I hope I haven't got that wrong, otherwise we'll have to fix it later. But these are where the doorways will go between the living room / bedroom area of the actual hotel. So all there. Which means all we have to do is place some blue stained glass in these empty parts right here, just like this. And we have done a little bit of flooring for the interiors of the rooms, which is cool. And we've also made the kind of feature of the hotel, which is really cool too. I'm going to place some blue stained glass paint around the outside of the top of the terrace here, just above the reception area. And now we are going to focus ourselves a little bit on the grey concrete areas on the left and right. So when it comes to the grey concrete area on the left, because they are different, that is a balcony area, and this is stairs area. You want to start off with a similar thing that you did for the part that we were just working on, which means at the bottom of the grey concrete area you want to stack 1, 2, 3 glass with a grey concrete on top, and you want to do this coming all the way up, and it will divide evenly, and it will coincide with the rest of the hotel. So notice a pattern, like it evens up with the middle part of the hotel, and it will also even out with the balcony also. But what we also have to do for this part of the hotel is we also have to add quartz block, and we want to connect the quartz block together with this part of the hotel. We also have to add quartz block, and we want to connect the quartz block together with the 2 rows of grey concrete. So we want to create a wall for the side of the hotel here. So this wall is going to be how you will get into each individual room. It's also, as I mentioned, it's the hallways for the hotel, it's the staircase for the hotel, it's how you get up in between each individual floor. So it's quite important that we do install a floor right here and now, or we install a wall right there and now, like I said. Perfect. Which then allows us to place all of the grey concretes. I'm going to place the grey concretes across first, like this. Now, the reason that we are placing the grey concretes in such a manner like this, we're placing them across first, is because we are going to be installing floors into this particular part of the hotel. So we want to install these floors now, and the floors go exactly where the grey concrete does. So I'm going to start at the bottom here, and I'm just going to dig out the grass for this bottom part of the hotel. So this is the first floor. This takes you to the lobby area where you can get drinks and maybe a little bit of food and stuff you guys might have been to a hotel. We're going to connect the edges of it together using grey concrete because you'll be able to see underneath the glass. And we are going to turn the rest of it into blinds. The doorway is going to be a single doorway right in the middle at the bottom of the hotel like this, and this will take you into the lobby, reception, and out again. Okay, so as I mentioned, each floor is where the grey concrete is horizontally, so we're going to add these now, and later on we will add stairs. When we actually whip out the stairs and stuff later on, we will add stairs and the doorways and the little bits of detail that we actually do have for each part as well. But we'll be doing that later, whether it be in this part of the tutorial or whether it will be included in perhaps the lobby area and stuff. But we want to add in all of this oak planks here, and I do know that it's time consuming, like that, that's perfect. But then that allows us to add all of the blue glass in as well. So everywhere else you basically you want to fill it all in with blue glass, and I'm even going to opt to fill the top of this part of the building in with blue glass as well, because that will let some natural light in. And despite the fact that every single floor does have its own, what shall I say, artificial light, I also find it important to add, where you can, some natural light as well, because artificial light, you know, whilst it's all fine and well, it looks all good and everything, I do like the natural light as well. It just, yeah, it's just something nice about it, really. So, filling every single one of these sides in, as I mentioned, is quite time consuming, but I can. You that we are rapidly approaching the point in this hotel where we don't have to do loads and loads of more mass building. You see, once we have finished the staircase area, the hallway area, whatever you want to call it, the divisions between each one of the floors, we are going to focus on the balconies on the opposite side. And then we are going to focus on the exterior walls and then the interior walls. So that is what the left side of the building wants to look like so far, nice and fancy as you can see. Now let's flip over to the right side. So this side is very, very similar, but kind of sort of different. Okay, so the idea is we want to, once more, we are going to add a wall, a quartz wall, between the back pair of grey concretes, right? So we want to have a quartz wall that's just sat nice in between them like this. It's not where you think it might be, it's not like a little bit backwards inside here. It is in line with where the grey concrete is. This creates a little additional level. It's a little bit more interesting and slightly more unusual. Placing it here rather than where you might expect it to be. Or at least I think so anyway. But once we've created this wall, this will allow us to facilitate us in making the balcony areas. So there we are. Perfect. Now, all we have to do is figure out where all of the balconies go. It's quite easy. Starting from the bottom, you leave a gap of 3 from the ground. 1, 2, 3, grey concrete. 1, 2, 3, grey concrete. So on and so forth, coming up the entire side of the build. If you like, you can even use this part to aid you. Grey concrete. 1, 2. Starting from the bottom, you leave a gap of 3 from the ground. 1, 2, 3, grey concrete. 1, 2, 3, grey concrete. So on and so forth, coming up the entire side of the build. If you like, you can even use this part to aid you as you come up, as you can see where the grey concretes are in the same place. Those grey concretes want to spread across and connect like this. And they want to go through this part too, here, there we go, connect across. Connects. I'm even going to fill the top of this in once again with blue stained glass block because it just feels right. And then we've got to screw it down. Where are we? So, oh, we've got to do both halves too. So we've got to do like, oh no. Extend across, inwards, across, and inwards. And it really doesn't matter how you accomplish this function, as long as you do. So across. And then once more inwards. So there we have it all divided up. We are going to dig out the grass area for the bottom. Now, the bottom part of the hotel, this bottom floor area, is actually a way to get into the lobby. So if you don't have to sign in or anything, you don't have to go through the reception, and it takes you right into the lobby, which means we're going to have a doorway just off center to the left here. We're going to leave a gap of 1, and on the right, going to knock this out and have a little window. I'm going to connect the bottom of this together using grey concrete on the left and right, and I'm just going to pinch the left side and right side inwards by 1 with smooth stone in the middle. And I might even have smooth stone for the floor actually instead of quartz, because it actually follows on from what we're going to be doing elsewhere. But glass pane, specifically pane not block, is going to be used to connect all of the sides together on top of the grey concrete. I'm going to use Well, I mean, you could use it. Here's 2 choices, or 3 choices, even 4. Use either block of quartz, grey concrete, oak wood plank, smooth stone, and maybe even some white concrete for each floor of the balcony. I am going to trial. No, I'm not. Am I? No, I'm going to use block of quartz. No, I'm not. Okay, fine. I'm going to use some smooth stone for each one of the balconies. Now, again, this is all sort of like dealer's choice, meaning you pick what material you like the best. I'm thinking maybe the smooth stone, just to be a bit different. However, I probably rather use block of quartz and maybe even a little bit of grey, but you know, sometimes it's interesting to see what different combinations might come out. Each balcony has a door in the centre, so feel free to knock out a double door right in the middle of each balcony. It's also worth mentioning that we of course have to place all of the glass on the sides of the balcony. I'll be using glass pane. I wouldn't use glass block only because I want to differentiate, again, name of the game, you know, keep things a bit different. I want to differentiate between this side and the opposite side, and I fear if I use some glass block then it might be a little too samey, you know? Maybe you don't, but I feel that's what I feel. So now you can see if we take both sides, you know, there's a decent amount of difference. I want it to look a little bit different. But now that we've done that anyway, we can come towards the back of the building. So the back of the building, I would highly recommend just placing block of quartz everywhere, okay? Completely fill in the back of the build using block of quartz. We can add windows and stuff later. There is no need for us to add it. Whilst we're actually building in the block of quartz. It is so much easier to carve out the windows, really is so much easier to carve out the windows once we actually have a good foundation of block of quartz built. I'm sorry if you don't like doing it this way, but it's so much easier, it really is. Yeah, this is quite time consuming. So once we've built these walls, here's a list of things that we still regards to the outside sort of area before we start doing the inside and all that stuff. So, we have these two walls to fill in. We have all of the inside floors to fill in. We have the roof to fill in. And then we just have the outside sort of area to fill in. Meaning the pathways, the car park, the trees, I think that's it, flowers and bushes and stuff. So, we don't have a huge amount more to do. We've been making really good progress on this. So much... faster than I actually thought we would. We're doing great in building this hotel, and you're doing a really good job keeping up with it. So, we're going to continue filling in these floors, / walls, and I'm probably going to keep rattling on. I don't really want to speed any of the video up, because I feel as though that if you're building this in creative mode, if you're in survival, then you know, that's a different story completely. This will take you so much longer. But if we're both in creative mode and we're both building the exact same parts together, then it's probably going to take us both a similar sort of amount of time. And it might help you to know that not only are you doing this, but I'm doing it as well. So, you know, both of us get to suffer in filling in these walls. Not my favourite thing to do in Minecraft, but absolutely necessary. So what we will end up having should look exactly like this, okay? On the back of the hotel, I want you to line up with a part specifically. Okay, so this is where some... I don't know how best to describe this. This is where some, like, you know, weird measuring techniques come into play. I want you to take the second floor balcony, and where you have the glass for the second floor balcony, we are going to come across, and we are going to count into the block of quartz. 1, 2, 3. We're going to move upwards by 1 and destroy this block. Leave a gap of 2. Destroy this block. We're going to leave a gap of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Destroy these 2 blocks, and then the 2 above. That will give us this pattern. This pattern is repeatable. So, above the single windows, you want to leave gaps of 3. 1, 2, 3. And then do the same. You want to continue this pattern upwards towards the top of the hotel. Eventually, there will come a point where it would look silly to keep trying it. You'll actually just straight up run out of space. When it comes to the double windows, you simply leave a gap of 2 coming up the hotel, like this. And eventually you'll reach the top and you won't be able to place any more. Of course, glass has to go inside of these empty spaces. You can use either glass block or glass pane. It doesn't really matter which one you do decide to use. I, for some reason, am feeling the glass one. I don't know why. I'm enjoying it lately. So, you know, use your favourite in the construction. It really doesn't matter to anybody else other than you, really. There we go. On the opposite side of the hotel, the left side I guess it is, I want you to come all the way down to the bottom corner, which is here. And I want you to count to the right by 2. 1, 2. Go up 1, destroy. Destroy the block to the right and above, like that. Leave a gap of 2 going right, 1, 2, and then destroy the next 2 by 2 square to the right. What we will then do is a similar thing to what we did on the other side, in that we will leave a gap of 2 coming up, and then we will destroy a 2 by 2 window coming all the way up to the top of the building. So there is only one window in the corner. That corner there. But there are many windows coming up the sides. Additionally, there is another little window. So, everywhere except for this bottom window, you want to take this window here, you want to take the lower half of it, go all the way over to the right, and leave a gap of 1 from the edge, and you want to place a small window here. And then you leave a gap of 1, 2, 3, window. 1, 2, 3, window. 1, 2, 3, window. 1, 2, 3, window. And we are going to place blue glass block in all of the empty space like this. And we will do it building up all of the side of the hotel. Just like this. We'll fill it all in, and it will look fairly nice once it's done. So from the sides, it actually looks almost artistic, like it almost looks a little bit abstract, which is cool, but all of those windows serve a purpose for all of the rooms, even including the lobby. So what we now have to do is quite a daunting task, ladies and gentlemen. We have to install all of the floors. The floors, I mean, you should know where they go, right? It's wherever you like, where we have an entrance here out onto the glass, that's where a floor goes. Same for the balcony, that's where a floor goes. The floors are made out of oak planks, alright?
Hello, GG Gamer 909, welcome to live stream. Feel free to change the material. If you want, I mean,
block of quartz is fine, any sort of coloured concrete is fine, grey concrete is fine, smooth stone if you want to, I wouldn't, but you can. I like the warmth of the oak planks. That's why I've used them. I like oak planks for the floors. And as I said, you should know where these floors go, I think, because we've added in several floors before, so I don't think you'll run into too much trouble. I'm destroying the quartz blocks for the on the entrances out onto the balconies, and I'm also destroying them here with the, I don't even know what to call it, but it's kind of like it's almost like a hallway, the middle part, like it leads you from the living room areas to the bedroom, and also the inverse of that as well. The only difference is actually the only differences when you get to the top floor, and I will show you the original version of the hotel top floor probably when the time comes. The layout is ever so slightly different, because when you get to the top floor you don't have the middle part of the hotel where we have the grey concrete. That is only for an aesthetic choice, there's actually no other reason not to have it, but it does mean that the layout changes a little bit, but we will cross that bridge when we are rapidly coming to the point where we've done a huge amount of the actual building, which is really cool. We're going to be focusing on the interior floor for the lobby after this, and then we'll be adding some details around each particular floor. And also be taking care of the outside, which is really cool. And then that's like a huge hard part of the hotel to make. Once you've actually built the lobby for the hotel, once you've built the reception area and the hallways and all that fun stuff, then we will be able to move on to the individual rooms. So you can see how we progress and how we're actually coming very, very far. It might have seemed like quite a daunting task to build an entire hotel. It certainly was for me to design one. It was actually like when I kept getting the suggestion to make a hotel, and I was like, oh no, I don't know if I can make like a really cool functional hotel. I can make ones that look cool, but I wasn't sure if I could make one exactly that like work really, really well, like interior wise, but I think I've actually managed to do it. I actually really like how the hotel functions, and I hope that you guys will too once you come to build it and spend a little bit of time with it. But there's so many floors here, I think that we need only one more, maybe one more, which will actually be the top floor. Hang on, so here we've got one more to do. Perfect. So this last floor, you don't have the guider for the middle part, but it's where the balcony leads out onto, so it's fairly easy to know where you've got to build. And as I mentioned, like when you get up to the top floor here, like there's nowhere to even go. Like you'd be walking out onto the actual top of the centerpiece for the hotel. So yeah, there will be a layout talk later on. But we're going to place all of these oak wood planks just like this. Nice and satisfying. It's quite satisfying actually, like especially when you get to the top to place all of these. Here and here. Yeah, nice. And then all we're going to do is add a sheet of grey concrete, which is going to be the roof, just underneath the top. So grey concrete just underneath the top like this. And this is going to be the roof material for, I guess, the top floor of a hotel. I don't know if it's always called a penthouse. It's usually the largest floor. It's usually the largest room. It's actually the smallest room in this hotel. Just because of how it's designed, but I think that you would call this the penthouse, and if you wanted to, you could even install some lights into each one of the rooms if you wanted to. Like you could add some glass if you wanted, but that's something that you'd more so do later on once we actually hit that position of doing each individual room. But you can see that we have taken care of the outside walls, we've taken care of the roof on the top, and you might even be able to see from the outside that we've taken care of all of the floors. What this leaves us to do, ladies and gentlemen, is some of the inside, and also the reception area. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to connect these two block of quartzes together, like the inside of the reception. I want to extend them each side inwards, and I want them to join in a logical place, like this. And I'm going to raise up the block of quartz walls to the ceiling, like so. Just like that. Now, I'm going to do the outside part here. So when it comes to the outside of the reception, I'm going to just destroy these two blocks here, and I'm going to place some smooth stone because we're going to have two doors here. I'm going to place, I need different material, I need some quartz stairs. And I'll grab the doors also, I guess, whilst I have these, so doors here. So I'm going to have a double door here, where I place the smooth stone, and I'm going to have glass above the doors. I want to... a gap of 3, 1, 2, 3, a block of quartz going right of the doors. I'm going to place upside down quartz stairs in this empty space here, with glass in the empty space above the quartz stairs. I'm making a point to destroy underneath the stairs and place a block of quartz. On the side wall here, I'm placing two upside down quartz stairs coming inwards from both sides, with glass block on top of the stairs. Block of quartz in between the stairs coming up towards the ceiling, like this. And I'm going to destroy underneath the stairs and place block of quartz in its place. Just like that. And that is the outside part of the reception area. The inside part of the reception area is slightly different. Well, I say different, it's inside, isn't it? But like this back corner here, I'm going to destroy these two blocks, a 2x2 space, and I'm going to destroy in the floor and place oak wood planks here. This is where a double door is going to go, leading into the lobby. If you leave a gap of 2 between the double door coming across this wall, place a block of quartz, leave a gap, place a row of 1, 2, 3 block of quartz, and then connect to the wall. That is sort of like where the person behind the desk would hang around. You can even place, yeah, I thought I had one, an oak trap door here to connect these two sides together. I have stupidly gotten rid of my oak planks, but I do need them. You see, I'm going to destroy the floor where the reception is, even underneath the... No, actually just inside, and that can itself be like quartz or red concrete actually. And I'm going to place some oak wood planks like this. I'm going to destroy the rest of the floor, and I'm going to place some red concrete. So this is supposed to look like carpet. You could even use carpet if you like. I happen to like the concrete better than carpet. It's supposed to give a warm, welcoming feeling, as you might expect in a hotel lobby / reception, like this. So as you can see, that is actually a decent little area taken care of. We'll add details to this later. If you move through the hotel to this part, we are going to completely re-floor it. We are ripping off all of the grass, and I'm going to turn it into oak planks. So any grass I see is going to be oak planks. You can even place a doorway here if you like. But all of this that this is going to be oak planks is because I wanted kind of like a warm sort of floor. I didn't want to make the entire floor red because a lot of the booths and stuff, a lot of where people are going to be like sitting and eating, or at least that's kind of like how it's planned out, is like it's made out of red concrete, and so hence why I didn't want to use red. Red is like my favourite colour, hence why I use red. But let's say your favourite colour is blue, use blue. Your favourite colour is... Well, it'd be a bit weird because the rest of the hotel is white. But if your favourite colour is white, or if your favourite colour is grey, black, etc., you can use that as a flooring material as well. Wherever I use a colour, that is what you would substitute it for. And the same thing sort of goes for anywhere else. Like if you don't like oak wood planks, use birch. If you don't like birch, use spruce. You guys get the idea. So adding in all of this floor right here, and we might even add in the kind of like the bar area as well. So now that we have an oak wood plank floor, in this back corner, towards the back of the room, we have a built-up area. We have a bar sort of area. In this back corner, I want you to place a quartz block. Leave a gap of 2 and place 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Place a grey concrete and extend it towards you by 3. 1, 2, 3. Connect it to the wall. We should actually even have a gap in this. It can be here. That's where the gap can be. If you like, you can detail the gap by adding an oak trap door, or you can just kind of leave it. It doesn't matter too much. It's a very small detail. Just whilst we're in here, I'm actually... No, we don't need to do this at all. So now that we've done that, we've actually completed the floor and stuff. But now that we've done this, I think, yeah, now it's time for us to come outside. So we've actually done like a huge amount of the inside. We'll be adding details and stuff later, but that's as we go on. But what I do want to show you how to do is each one of the balconies whilst we're out here. So the way that I've decorated the balconies, it's a very, very simple design. And each floor is designed to look the exact same way, by the way. So every floor of the balcony, every floor has a chair, which is made out of quartz stairs and no trapdoor. It has a light, and it has a plank, which is made out of a terracotta. Some sort of leaf. You can even add in a door if you like. So, and by the way, if you want, you can even change the sort of like colour of the seat if you want. Like, I've been liking polished diorite lately. You could even swap that out, or you could use any of them. But the idea here is that on every single set of the balcony, on every balcony we'll have a chair, which is like a quartz stairs, trapdoor on the side. We are going to have on the opposite side a potted plant, which is a terracotta with a jungle leaf on top, and then a light hanging somewhere, so perhaps it can even be next to the chair, and it just makes, it's a nice little detail. Like, that's a balcony, and another one, and another one. Like, you do the same for every single floor, but you could change it up, so like you could change the trapdoors for each floor, you can change the stairs, you can change the colour of the terracotta, you can change the leaf, you can change the position of the sea lantern. Sea lantern, it's just a regular lantern. But you can change the position of the lantern if you like, and you'd obviously have it all different coming up. You'd have a whole different set of colours, as you might have seen at the start of the video. But of course we'd want to place doors as well, so an oak door or different doors, probably not different doors, but a door in each of the empty spaces like this, coming all the way up to the top as well. So that's just the outside the balcony areas. Down below here, I didn't really design there to be anything, so it's pretty much just the door, and if you like, you can have a hanging sea lantern to kind of like show. People that there's a door here. You could even have two to show people. And if you did want, then you could stuff a plant in the corner if you wanted to. That's a design choice. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so now that we've hit this part of the tutorial, we're just going to focus a little bit now on the outside of the building. Okay, so the pathways, the car park, and the trees, because they make up a cool part of the building. Okay, so what do we need for this part of the building? We're going to need some stone slabs. We're going to need some leaves. We'll need some flowers. So, what do we need for this part of the build? We're going to need some stone slabs. We're going to need some leaves. We'll need some flowers. So,
What kind of leaves?
what do we need for this part of the build? We're going to need some stone slabs. We're going to need some leaves. We'll need some flowers. We'll need logs. We'll need some quartz slabs. We'll need some grey concrete. Some yellow carpet, and a little bit of white concrete. And if you like, now this is an optional choice, like this probably won't be in the item list, but if you like, you can use some lime terracotta to add some accents to the outside of the building, and I'll show you what I mean by that as well. So the first thing we're going to do is add a path leading out from the double entrance here, where the actual reception is, and we're going to dig out a row of 8 leading out from this double door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
5, 6, 7, 8. And we are going to dig out this double wide grass block area. And we're going to place a smooth stone in this area instead. We're going to extend the smooth stone backwards and connect it to the entrance into the lobby area as well. I'm sorry if I actually did that a little bit fast, but just in case you guys didn't catch that, extend outwards by 8. Then you don't have to really count it, you just kind of extend backwards and connect like this. We are also going to extend the path forwards towards the front of the hotel by 10 rows. 1, 2, 3,
10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So a double wide path coming into the other side pretty much. So from one, so not towards the back but towards the front like that. We're going to double wide path, gap of 2 from the end here, and then we're going to dig out another path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that wants to be a double wide.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Path made out of smooth stone, like this. You want to extend the ends of the path backwards, each by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you want to extend both ends of the path back by 6, and also the middle of the path you want to divide it up by 6 as well. Place some white concrete inside of the empty space. You want to place yellow carpet in between the ends of the white concretes too. And we want to dig out the middle of the parking spaces and place grey concrete inside here. So these are going to be where people may park their cars, and they're going to be inside of these two empty spaces like this, which is cool. We are also going to add some flower arrangements. So just left of where the car park is here, we're going to leave a gap of 1 between the building and between the car parking spaces, and it's just going to slot in here. You kind of want to have almost like just like a single. Is it a single? Okay, so this is the idea. We want to have like a flower circle like this. It's going to be like right here, and we just want to be able to slot 2 jungle leaves. So it's just like 1 row away from all of the building and all of the car parking spaces like this. And it's just a little flower circle. Something decorative like that's quite nice. We want a similar sort of thing here. So if you start off by placing the poppies and make sure that you are just 1 row away from the path and from all of that, and then place some jungle leaves in the middle, then you've got a nice colour, a nice little splash of colour everywhere, which looks really good. Additionally, we are going to be placing some trees along the outside here. So we're going to basically place quartz slabs. Where we have this stone path here, if you leave a gap of 1 and place a row of quartz slabs coming all the way along the side of the hotel, it comes as far back as the quartz wall. Extend it backwards by 2 rows and extend it across and connect like this. And then we're going to place 2 jungle trees in here, or palm trees as they're known. So from both sides you place a row of 1, 2, 3, 4 jungle leaves, 1, 2, 3, 4 jungle leaves inside this trough. And then all we're going to do is place a jungle leaf on top and around the top jungle wood, like this. And then we just want to have an additional jungle leaf coming downwards diagonally on every single side. So on absolutely every single side like this. Just like here.
You want my picture? I don't want my picture.
And here too. So that's perfect. And we want to have a similar arrangement on the opposite side of the hotel here. So we're going to place this in a similar sort of place. We're going to start in this back corner here, and we're going to place a quartz slab. And we're going to extend here, so we're going to place this in a similar sort of place. We're going to start in this back corner here, and we're going to place a quartz slab, and we're going to extend it across by, I mean, how far do we want to extend it? Probably like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, probably, yeah, about 12 or so. It wants to be about as big as the other one. We're just going to extend it inwards like this, but the important part is that we can fit 2 trees in it. So like 1, 2, 3, 4 coming in from that end, leaving a gap of 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 coming in from this end, leaving a gap of 1. And then we place these same jungle leaves on top. And you may or may not want to add this. I mean, this is, you know, you might not want to add at least jungle trees. Regular trees would look fine, but there's something about like palm trees and stuff that kind of go together with this particular part of it. So whether or not you actually do want to add this, I mean, that I'm going to leave that up to you, but I quite like it. So here, and here, and then, you know, it's just kind of like you've got some good vibes. I really like them. And then all you might want to do with the lime terracotta is just sort of fill in this area here on the front, leaving a gap of 1. I'm actually leaving lines in it too, adding like a slab of lime terracotta here. Just, I don't know, just leaving some lines in, just having some like freshly mowed grass in the lime terracotta, it just looks kind of cool. And then that's the outside of the hotel, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very well done for hitting this part. Very, very...
Hold on. Just gotta fill in lime terracotta. I'm gonna add leaves around. No, I won't actually do the actual hotel rooms, guys, because my brother can do the hotel rooms, because I think he's good at making hotel rooms. I think I'll have to ask him. So.
Very well done indeed. You've done a great job in reaching this part of the tutorial. So the next part of the tutorial, that's all we need to do for the outside. The next part of the tutorial will feature, in order, we'll be taking care of the reception area, the lobby area, the hallways in between each room, and then every single room. So, you guys know what I'm going to say, right? We are now going to get rid of most of these materials that we have. We're going to get rid of most of them, and we're going to grab all of the materials that we will need for the reception area. So, on the screen right now is every single material that we are lacking.
want you to stay. I want you the steak. I want you to steak. I want you the steak. I want you to stay. I want you to stay, 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 stay.
For the reception area, please make sure that you are able to grab every single one of those, and once you do have every single reception area material, we can move on. So pause the video if you have to, let's do it. Okay, so I have just finished grabbing all of the things that I think that we're going to be needing. Once you do have all of the items that I showed you as well, pause the video if you have to. Once you do have them all, we can get started. So the first room that we are going to add details to is the reception area, which is the first room that you enter through the double wide main doors. Inside this area is where you can sign into the hotel and where you get your keys and, you know, ask people questions and all that. So first we're going to add a shelf. The shelf begins above the end of the countertop here. It's made out of polished diorite, and we place a polished diorite and extend across 1, 2, 3. We place tripwire hooks to represent key holders above the first two, and item frames with a book and a book and quill in the other two spaces. That is to represent like a sign-in book and all of that. We're going to place a double wide chest underneath just to keep keys and all of that. And we are going to, on the left side of the counter here, place a flower pot with a flower in it because it looks nice. And we're going to place a lantern for light hanging on the counter. We will also need these things here. We will need a polished andesite stairs, arm stand, lectern, torch, and
I want you the steak. 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 I want you to stay.
painting. And we're going to place a cash register, which is just a polished andesite stairs. I'm not sure whether this is a good idea, but I kind of like the idea of having a lectern, so you could also have like a book there as well, which you can like, you know, that's where you can keep the board and sign people in and out and all of that. I like the idea of somewhere to just kind of like keep a coat or something in the corner, so an armor stand. And on this wall, it's a little bit bare. I like the idea of having a painting. So like perhaps a double wide painting. That's actually the exact one that I wanted, with a torch either side of it for light. And that keeps the room nice and bright and light. And that is what your reception area should look like once you've completed it. So the next area that we are going to be working on, ladies and gentlemen, is the lobby area, which is food, drinks, all sorts of stuff. This needs a lot of material. So again, I'm going to get rid of all of these, and I am going to gather all of these materials that you can see on the screen right.
Round and around and around and around. I want to stay.
So please, do make sure that you have access to every single one of those materials that I've just shown you right now. Gather every single one of them, and once you do have all of them, we can move on to the next part of the tutorial. So I'm going to grab those for myself right now. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I have just finished gathering all of the materials that we will need for the Please do pause the video if you have to, take the time to grab them. And once you do have all the same materials that I do, we can get started. So the first thing that we're going to tackle inside the reception area is the bar/counter area here. So we're going to slot 2 furnaces into these 2 empty spaces here, and we're going to leave a gap of 1 above them and place polished andesite stairs. And those are just 2 cooking machines. We're going to place a flower pot to the right with a tripwire hook above, and 2 brewing stands to the right of that. You could even add an additional flower pot if you like. So that is a drinks dispensing area. You're going to want to have another cash register in the form of either polished andesite stairs or quartz stairs or whatever the case may be on the counter. And you can even periodically dispose some flower pots if you like. So, this is a bar, people can sit at it. In the ground, starting from the left, you want to dig 2 blocks down every other block, like this, so it's evenly divided. Place a block of redstone, or your activation block of choice, with pistons coming up from the background, and they just look like fancy sort of bar stools. So, what else do we want to do? Well, we're going to just chuck these materials away for a little bit. We should have probably got some different ones. And we're going to need red concrete, quartz stairs, oak fence, white carpet, light grey carpet, some terracotta, leaves of some sort, and some regular light.
Round and around and around and around we go. We go, we go. Round and around and around and around we go. Bound to the stairway. To the stairway.
I'm going to place some carpets on top of the bar stools, and maybe even a little bit of white carpet left and right of the table.
Bam, 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 bam.
I am going to now start placing some booths around the area. So booths are where people sit. I'm going to start off in these back corners here. So easy. We place a red concrete in these 2 back corners with stairs coming inwards from the concrete, fences coming inwards from the stairs, quartz stairs on the opposite sides here, red concrete like this. Just like that. You place a block of choice on top of the fence, any one of these carpets or flat. Quartz stairs on the opposite sides here, red concrete like this. Just like that. You place a block of choice on top of the fence, any one of these carpets or flat blocks, and you place some lanterns hanging from the ceiling above the table itself. Nothing else goes here on this side, but on this side we're going to place a terracotta with leaves on top and then another table. So that's going to be another red concrete, stairs, fence, something on top of it, and then a lantern. Oh, that's not a lantern, a lantern. Hanging from that position. Additionally, on this side of the lobby, we're going to, from this corner here, have the same arrangement. So it's going to be seats again. So red concrete, or any concrete of choice, stairs, fence, opposite facing stairs, concrete, and then I think that we're just going to have, like, it's just going to go straight onto quartz stairs, fence, quartz stairs, red concrete. There we go. There's not enough room for a plant, you see. We're going to place, again, your carpet of choice and some sea lanterns hanging above the tables to keep it nice and bright. This back corner here is a little bit different in that we're going to have booths. So along this back wall, we're going to place this. 1, 2, 3 red concretes, 2 terracottas, 1, 2, 3 red concretes. Flare the ends towards you by 2. I think it's by 2, or it might even be 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. You want to be able to place quarter stairs around the inside corners, with vents on top, with your favourite carpets on top of those. We're going to place leaves on top of this to separate the two tables a little bit. And we're going to have hanging sea lanterns above where the tables are. Continuity. We're going to have carpet leading from the lobby area. So like how you would get out of the lobby here, we're just going to have like a single carpet kind of leading you to the bar area. So that is white, light grey, grey. Rinse and repeat. We're going to have a similar deal here, so leading you from the double wide entrance here, we're going to leave a gap of 1 and we're going to place like white carpet, light grey. We're going to make a pattern out of it like this. And it's going to lead you to, we're going to place like white carpet, light grey. We're going to make a pattern out of it like this. And it's going to lead you to where you would sign in. Like carpets leading you places, so it kind of just signs you in. Like that's where you sign in, that's where you go. What carpet can go here? None really. Like we've kind of messed the carpet up a little bit in the fact that there's nothing that can kind of go anywhere because we've only got the 3 colours. But I mean, what you could do is you could slap a grey there, and then maybe like a light grey here, and then maybe like a grey there. There we go. To stop the carpet like meshing too much. That looks pretty good. You could even place a little bit of carpet here if you wanted to, although I'm not.
What?
Then ban on.
Why?
So you're streaming on that one
Yeah.
and watching something on that, how to build it.
Yeah.
So you're watching how to build something like that, building it on there, streaming it and watching it on there.
Yeah, just reading my live comments. Because that's what YouTubers do. Wait. Guys, I'll be right back. I'm just going to talk to my dad.
Yes.
Can you close my window?
Oh, it's a bit stuck in.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as you
What
found
are we doing tomorrow?
nothing. I'm going to stay here all day.
No, we're not.
Where's the tape?
Oh,
Where's the tape? Where's the tape?
Dad, where's the tape?
What tape?
The tape for my tape.
Alright guys, I'm back.
Not really feeling it in this little bar area here, but you could if you wanted to. And absolutely anywhere around is pretty good. You could even place a little bit of carpet here if you wanted to, though I'm not really feeling it in front of this little bar area here. But you could if you wanted to. And absolutely anywhere around here you are more than welcome to add more lights. You're welcome to add sea pickles, I'll show you why. Paintings and torches. So why might you want sea pickles? Kind of looks like a different kind of mug, that's why. So you might just want to, I'll show you why. Paintings and torches. So why might you want sea pickles? Kind of looks like a different kind of mug, that's why. So I just want to slap these about the place. If you want paintings and stuff, like, feel free to add paintings around kind of mug, that's why. So you might just want to slap these about the place. If you want paintings and stuff, like, feel free to add paintings around, so like maybe even above here for instance, maybe kind of mug, that's why. So you might just want to slap these about the place. If you want paintings and stuff, like, feel free to add paintings around, so like maybe even above here for instance, maybe
And over we go.
above where the tables are. You guys get the idea. Wherever you feel like a nice painting might be appreciated. Maybe up above here, in between here. I don't want a double one, I want a single one here if we're going to have one. So like there. That's actually one of my favourites, by the way. And then if you like, you can add more light and stuff, like maybe even here, just to kind of lead people there. But it's quite a nice, interesting area down here. It's very, very nice. I like this area a lot. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is the reception area. That is the reception area complete. However, now that we have the lobby area, I should say. Now that is the lobby area complete. I'll just change my tune there a little. We are now going to focus on the stairs area leading us up to each individual room. Now, you don't actually even need different materials for this. You can use quartz stairs, we'll need tripwire hooks, we'll need lanterns.
Round and around and around and around we go.
We can grab doors later as we need them, but we need these, and I'm going to use paintings to furnish a look. We might even be able to stick the occasional potted plant in here as well. But let me show you how the stairs work. So first of all, right here, I'm just going to add 2 lanterns either side of the door, right? And I will grab the oak wood doors too. I'll have made sure to include them in the lobby items. So, this is how the stairs work. We start off, now that we're in this area, this front corner, this corner here, we want to have a quartz stair leading up to the next floor like this. You'll have to destroy a couple of oak wood planks, but as long as you can get corner, this corner here, we want to have a quartz stair leading up to the next floor like this. You'll have to destroy a couple of oak wood planks, but as long as you can get up to the next level like this, you're all fine. You always want to be able to walk up and around onto the stair as well. You don't want to have to like jump onto it. If you want to make the stairs look fancier, you will place upside down stairs underneath, and you might even want to place like a potted plant underneath the stairs up. Where you want, you might be able to add paintings and maybe even carpet as well, if you like. Maybe especially to this little lower area, why not add a little bit of carpet? This is an additional detail that I didn't add. Maybe like...
Round and around and around and around we go.
Here to the original. Something like that, just so it's nice and, you know, it's just nice. We'll come up to the next level, and the stairs will immediately start one row inwards like this. Like the stairs will immediately start here, okay? And it will come up, and it will extend up exactly how you might imagine the stairs might. So it's just right in the middle of the floor. So here, 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 destroy all of these, and then a stairs there. And again, if you want, you can make them. You can make the stairs fancier by placing upside down stairs underneath them, if you so choose, just like that, up here, across and around. And then you would start the stairs on the outside again, and it's kind of like a rinse and repeat situation. So you never really kind of want to be in your own way as you're climbing these stairs. It's a very small staircase, so it's kind of up to you whether or not you want to add these details. Recommend here, so now you're able to freely just like walk here, and you can place the doors anywhere, but like walk up here and then stairs, stairs, stairs. I don't actually know how many more we need to do. Maybe 2 more if that, so I have to destroy this here and then yeah. Not quite up at the top yet, so stairs will go here, here, and here, and destroy enough oak planks to actually go up to the top. And this is the top floor. And again, you know, however you want to, like if you want the stairs to be a bit fancier, feel free to add upside down stairs underneath every single set. Right? I shouldn't really do this for every single floor, because every floor, you know, it's kind of your choice how you kind of want to lay things out. But if you want to make the stairs look fancier, that's what I would recommend. Now let's come to the first floor. So this is the ground floor, right? Let's come up to the first floor. This is what we're going to... on every single level. You're going to decide where you want the door to be on every level. So the door could be, for instance, it could be here, or it could be on this opposite side. It doesn't really matter too much which side you pick. I more prefer, I'll tell you this, I more prefer, where's the quartz block? There we go. I more prefer the doorway to be here, hidden away underneath the staircase. And you'll destroy into the wall, and you'll replace it using some wood planks. And you'll place a door there. So again, the door, more than preferably, is in this position on every... single floor, preferably. But you can swap each level around if you like. You can inverse it, so you can put it on that side, and then you flip the interior for the living room, which you'll have seen at the start of the video anyway. In every single hallway, I like there to be a tripwire hook next to the door because it looks like something mechanical. I like there to be a sea lantern hanging above that to light up where the door is. And I like there to be a painting in the wall. So, like this, like a single painting, something like that. I like there to be a painting in the wall. And that's it. If you like, you can add some plants to the corners of the room like this. You're getting a bit cluttered, but that's what you can do. And that is what I would recommend doing for every single room. So again, like let's say that you didn't want it to be on this side, right? Let's say that you want it to be on the inverse. So we swap that around. Okay. Alright, so you'd want it to be on the inverse. So here. Oh, okay, so it's on this opposite wall here. What am I doing? On this opposite wall here this time, replace the floor. So the door would be here, tripwire hook, lantern hanging above it, and then I want a small, it can either be a double wide painting like that, or you can have a single. Feel free to chop and change it. And then in this corner, I don't mind the idea that there might be a plant or something like there, you know? Or maybe even like right at the end like that. Although that conflicts with the door a little bit. I don't mind that. I've changed the colours of stuff. If you want, you can change the layout, change the doors. That's how these hallways will work. And from the outside, which is what I want to show you, you'll have a pretty cool looking. Where am I going? So from the outside you'll have a pretty cool looking, like you'll be able to see it, like that's a pretty cool setup, isn't it? I really like that, that looks really cool. You can see how cool it looks from the outside. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the lobby area and the hallways, which will take us up to each individual room, which leaves but one, the rooms themselves. So How are we going to fill in all of this empty space?
Alright guys, I'm not gonna actually fill in and make the rooms, because my brother can make the rooms himself, because he's kinda good at making hotel rooms. I think I'll go ask him soon, and I'm gonna end the video. And I love how this hotel looks. I love it. I just love it. And this build, you could stay at it. No jokes. This build is amazing. I hope you guys enjoy this video of me building a tall modern hotel. If you did guys enjoy this video, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, hit the notifications bell so you don't miss another episode of building stuff, or sorry, not building stuff, building a city, sorry. And I'll see you guys soon. Have a lovely day guys. Peace out.